to our second map here on Overpass, where if the Renegades do take it, they will win this tournament and qualify for IEM Oakland. Excuse me. And if OpTic take it, obviously we'll go to a map number 3.
Yeah, it came down to that 1v2 clutch from Ostilo. Right, it looked like OpTic was steal that game right out of their hands. And Ostilo goes big.
Not succeed in doing that, so now they have to reset and try to do it all over again. This time it's on Overpass, though, and that might be a bit more of a risky map for the Renegades here, compared to OpTic, who have obviously plenty of experience among the 5 players here, and some of which less than others, but it's a great core team they managed to put together. They made it all the way to the finals. It'd certainly be disappointing for them to not make it all the way to the event, but Renegades have already upset against other big teams in the past to qualify for tournaments of similar size, and they could potentially do it again here. Going over the top here as we do see them pushing back in. Quick clear from OpTic. They're going to be able to find both of those entries. Ustilo with a good hold to find the one trade, but means very little. It's down to Nifty and JKS, who don't really have a whole lot of position to do much with right now. Both are stuck in heaven trying to work for something, and I believe OpTic did just boost a player up on top. So Alu is going to be waiting on the side if they attempt to push out this window. Let's wait and see. Not even needing to use Alu just yet, so it's great. Alu can now push forward. JKS will stop that. Oh, a second kill as well. Beautifully done. Pit's been cleared out.
Needs to smoke.
It's now a 1v2. Just going to walk up, pop the smoke over top, quickly jump onto the bomb. Let's see, can he force it? Are they going to be able to find him? Attack the 36-17, and now dead at the hands of Mixwell. OpTic do indeed hold the line and win out the pistol.
Holy moly, Blue.
It's close.
JKS, that second kill, the snap on that was unreal. Like, those are the kind of like quick kills where it almost looks like the Go TV like lags or something. It was so fast. Jeez.
So it's good stuff from JKS, just not enough to get the actual clutch and win out the round there. So OpTic will start it going in their favor.
And OpTic is getting serious here. So last map on Cash, when they won the first pistol round, they went 5 rifles, right? Now they have 4. They handle this. Wow. So that's a pretty quick round.
That was a full save from the Renegades, too. They only had PT-50s that they bought up towards. So very lightly bought. It'll be very similar here.
I actually think this is a map where if you were to force on this round, I think it's one of the best maps to do it on, because there's so many long angles that you can take advantage of, as well as so many close angles in sights. It kind of has this weird hybrid, right? Like there's long angles towards B and A, as well as short angles, right? So the Ts have to kind of like respect every type of gun.
Well, Alu getting ready to swing out here now. He'll be first up to bat to jump into the site, and he goes. There's a quick cleanup of 2 players right there. And yeah, this round pretty much just going according to plan. The player hiding behind the big pole is going to be able to trade out 1, but that's purely by the shock factor of his surprise. Very quickly, you see that being counter-traded, and HS will finish it off the last killer. OpTic with a quick 3-0 start, and now it's time to see if the Renegades can dance on this map, as they're going to be able to fully buy into it, finally.
Yeah, I'm a little worried about that. Are they able to dance on this map? Because the pistol round that OpTic ran was actually a very common type of pistol round. They call it a 3-1-1, where the 3 guys just go long A, basically do around the world, and then go back to B.
Yeah.
Like that's basically a pug thing. You should be ready. You should know how to react to that. And they just got completely owned by it. So let's see how well versed they are on Overpass, because that did not look too well.
Jump over the top there. They should have been able to get some info. That's the player present sitting inside of water. Mixwell pushing forward. It takes a moment to realize it, but there is a second player sitting on these steps. He quickly wraps in to be able to take him down. A second kill claim, 2 against JKS. Now just leaves 3 alive for the Renegades. Azur, Ustilo, and Nifty. And they'll all split their players up. HS gonna quickly wrap around the smoker, getting himself on the safety of the pole. Nifty is looking for the trade kill here. So far, he's been unsuccessful in finding it, and he will get pushed back to the pit as a result of the pressure from this player at the pole. Presented with an opportunity to kill the guy that's going towards pit, too, but misses that as well. Now letting him escape. The plant goes in. OpTic really just have, it seems, too much control to retake with, but Nifty almost actually caught jumping the wrong way out into the open. And yeah, Renegades do realize what they're up against, so they decide to call this off, and they'll fall back to save their guns for a following round.
Pretty good movement there by Nifty to get out of there.
Hey, the jive a little bit, but managed to make it out.
Oh, look at Magisk lurking in the depths of long A.
They spot him.
I always feel ashamed when I get caught trying to do something like that. It's kind of like trying to do like the bomb sneak. Like, hey, you 4 go here. I'm going to sneak the bomb blue door or something. I just always feel embarrassed when they're just like
Just
waiting
denied,
for me.
yeah.
All right, what's the call here? Definitely gonna buy. I mean, you save 3 guns. Just obvious decision there. OpTic got everything going for them here. Full set of nades. Brimming with money. Are they boosted? Yeah, so they're boosted short A. Looking through the little window, I think.
Once again, it's going to be Mixwell leading the charge here for OpTic, trying to look for that first entry kill. He has to fade away, however, as he ends up in a bit of a duel versus Nath. That might end up in what most well-advised thing. Both of them lose about half of their HP, and Nath even more so now after being hit by a nade. No actual, progress in terms of map control here from OpTic. They've got water, they've been able to steal connector away, but that's about it. In terms of actual site control or getting ready to line up for an execute here, they haven't really gotten that much closer yet, as the time continues to dwindle down here.
They have the necessary map control though, but they just don't know it, right? Like if you have up to short A, then you can legitimize a B hit pretty easily. If they're going to go B right now, it's going to be met with significant contention, which is a little bit worrisome.
Renegades, yeah, and they have 2 outside of Monster. That could drop the bomb very quickly. There's probably going to be 2 more grouping up and then push instead of Monster, at least though, so that does buy them a little bit more real estate to work with. There's going to be the smokes going over top. That one actually went off roof, it looks like, so that's going to be a whiff smoke. Azur holds for 2 quick kills, and now a third as he adjusts over to construction. I think this is where the missed smoke really comes into play there, as that leaves that angle completely open for the taking. Alu wants nothing to do with this hit, nor does he want to give Azur the ace. So he just falls back, and he's going to let the timer run out.
Interesting. I mean, that's definitely not the time to pull out that exec. You haven't pushed the CTs off of bathrooms. There's no, like, you have no logical reasoning for why there would be a 3rd CT a day, right? Like, the default would be 2 CTs a day, and you've done nothing to make their guarantee more than that.
Yeah.
And you're going into an exec that is slow. Like, if you're going to do something where you haven't guaranteed a pulled rotate, you need to have an explosive exec, and that was basically the opposite.
So now we end up the Renegades finally putting themselves onto the board here. Still work to be done in order to round the comeback here. Mainly breaking OpTic's economy, which continues to grow strongly. Finally, they get a chance to diminish it a little bit here. Obviously, they have the full rebuy coming into this round. It's going to be a lot slower this time from this T side here. They move out from Playground. Kind of ready to push out towards long A, but they're really going to prep for it here, and it's a good thing they do that too, as Nifty was up on top of the flower pot. Or the flower box, I guess you could call that, with the op in hand, ready to fire back should these guys push in. So he backs up, goes to the site instead, and that will leave both short and long open for OpTic to get ready for an execute here.
So as soon as he smokes off long A, you'll see somebody from B probably move. Or he's already getting ready to move, see? Number 6 is Nathali's about to move back. And look, now they could basically do the exact same B exec with 1 less player B. And it's at the exact same time on the clock.
HS is going to quickly start to wrap around here, try to get
Nathali's coming back.
behind the smoke, and now they'll get ready to move in. As HS actually gets burned out from his position and just finished off by Azur there. Continues to spray in through Monster, not finding anything just yet. Azur actually almost dies from the first encounter. And a quick change-up from OpTic is going to send the majority of their players up on top. There's still, I believe, 2 on this site, maybe only 1. They do have some semblance of a player base ready to sit here and defend it, however. Alu is going to be able to take down Azur, and they're getting all the kills in the wrong sites as they move in. A 2-man setup ready to defend it. JKS gets them both. That's the bomb down. Alu would have to run all the way up to the site and plant with only 7 seconds remaining. Not going to happen. OpTic will drop this round, and it's 4-2 now.
This is interesting. It's really weird to watch OpTic attempt these execs. It seems very surface level.
Yeah.
Right, like you think just getting long A and throwing smoke at the end of the long A and just kind of like doing something simple into B. Like, I think you have to have a little more nuance than that.
They should start probably pulling out the more advanced stuff now, however, now that they see that they can be consistently beaten. They probably kind of wrote off the first round as a bit of a misnomer.
Yeah.
So now they're like, all right, they do know how to counter our strats. Now we need to actually innovate a little bit here. And to start it off, well, they got a nice hit against Nifty. Doesn't fully kill him, but it is going to be through a wall. That nade as well, very well timed. Yep. Does just under 100 damage total between those two players that it hits. So it's pretty much max damage on both those players. I think 80% of the total damage it could have done.
The first person I saw doing that during my nightly POV watching, I always watch one POV of a pro player a night. CSGO POV, by the way, folks, was Nico. First guy I saw doing that jump nade consistently.
Oh, okay.
Like that was part of his routine. I'm sure there was somebody before him. I'm assuming that's what I saw first.
Allo, he's going to be able to take down Nifty here. 4 still remaining up and running for the Renegades, however. So I would not count them out of this round just yet. And OpTic continuing to play incredibly slowly here on Overpass. Not committing to their hit anytime soon. And we can see them lining up for the hit over towards the B bomb site here. Has a first point of contact as he breaks around the corner. Gets that molly onto the ground too, so he's going to be able to delay. Magisk, though, finds the entry. Naf is not going to be able to stop them at all. Falls to Azur for the most part, but he can only get 1 kill. Now JKS wrapping in. Lined up against the 1v4. Knows it's pretty much impossible. He did have a molly, actually, but decided not to play for it. He's going to fall back and save, and OpTic get right back onto the board now. 5-2. And with 4 players left standing, that will help to make sure that their economy continues to remain as strong as it is now. And for the Renegades, only 1 surviving. Well, theirs is going to continue to crumble pretty quickly here. Good news is JKS at the very least is able to get the op pick up there. And still has enough cash to be able to drop, but he needs to stay alive. And let's look at the Matrix there. Jukes the bullet. It's out of the way of the shot from Alu. I don't think anyone else is really close enough. Obviously, he doesn't know this just yet. But as long as he stays inside of here, doesn't re-peek out against Alu, he should be safe.
Oh, right when I thought Renegades could handle the normal stuff, something simple comes out of them again. Small difference. It's triple out monster, 1 short, and then 1 guy flashing over continuously. So they went with the B hit. Looks like they're going with another B hit here. And Renegades is going to push short B, so that's good timing.
Molly goes onto the ground to block them. We see Nifty. Oh my goodness, Nifty just walked right through it. I think they know he's here, however. Azur is going to go in to challenge it. They're not going to be really going to be able to focus on Nifty, but HS gets that kill. Not only do they get that, but Magisk is going to be able to find one too. Now Nifty walks into it. They collide. They should have realized that. But apparently not. Now Nifty's got this backside flank.
Oh man!
Man, this is being formed up so much. I would be so disappointed if he just dies and doesn't get at least 1 kill.
Diffuse it.
He spent so much time propping this up. There's the kill. Now the smoke pop off. He'll jump onto the bomb too. Pretty sure he was spotted by JKS before going in. The spam out, but no, it's gonna work. And Nifty pulls off the massive clutch, going all the way around the site, back to where he started from to kill 1 player and ninja defuse the bomb.
That is so unlikely. I've never seen that happen in real time. I feel honored.
That was incredible.
I was
very worried. I was very worried that was going to end unsatisfyingly, but I was not disappointed at the end of the day.
How did that work?
Well, he starts it off because I think he goes through 2 smokes
past the guy
while passing another guy at the same time. I think that happens twice. So that in itself is incredibly rare for that to happen twice.
And going through like a pipe, right? Where you're already enclosed in how you can move, so it's more likely that you would occlude each other's movement.
He bumped right into the opper from OpTic too. Like they literally touched each other in the face, so they just didn't realize it. It would seem. So
Mr. Consistent.
Even with that victory though, the money for Renegades is still really bad. Like look at this buy. OpTic still have the far superior buy at this point.
Watch Nafla. He's going to work some magic with that thing. That Mag 7. Oh, never mind. They're going B again. It's going to be all up to Azur and JKS, or Estilo.
But just on the way in here, he'll look for the toxic player first. Azur going to get burned out too. Yeah, they have the utility and everything. Ustilla holds for 1. Freiburg trades. No crazy flanks this time. Everybody else was gamble stacking out. Further from A as they tried to play aggressively against some kind of a playground push or something, and so they're not going to be able to stop this hit. OpTic walk right into the site. They'll trade the round right back out, putting it up to 6-3, and the last 3 alive for the Renegades, well, they'll be saving.
That's honestly not a bad call for Renegades to go towards A that round. I can kind of understand that, right? Because they know that OpTic is aware that their money's bad, right? So given that they have low range weapons, then you would think that OpTic would call something towards A site, right? But no, they go straight back towards B. I don't know if that's necessarily why Freiburg or why OpTic went towards B, but it was just unfortunate. I can see Renegades' logic is what I'm trying to say.
Everyone should stay alive here for saves. Again, nobody is going to be able to get close enough to any of these saving Renegades players. They make it out with all those guns that they managed to bring out of that round, but the problem is they don't have the cash flow to rebuy. So they're going to try to scrounge some guns around here. It looks like an ump gets dropped for Azur. A second ump gets dropped for Usila, but that's going to leave Nifty and JKS with basically, the utility they brought over from the last round. They're not going to have anything else, and that's sitting behind an op and an M4.
Yeah, it's a dangerous game to keep doing this, right? How many rounds do you stick with this? Basically until you lose the off? I don't know.
Probably, yeah, until you tell them to go. Oh, well, all right. Well, it seems worth it just for that right there. But unfortunately, it's going to be short-lived as Alu does move back in. Usila doesn't even have his gun out, it would seem. Mixwell's allowed to get up that second kill. Good flash over the top, and now Naf from the top side dinks one player, takes him down. Azur spamming back in. Naf at range with a shotgun, assisting a little bit here as Azur taking them all out. And finally, Naf gets a kill on the shotty there. One with a pistol, one with the Mag 7, getting himself a little bit of a bonus paycheck, and finally trading that out for the AK.
The laziness of the B hit. Right?
Just too appealing, man.
I mean, it's so fun, right? You feel so powerful. I'm a rush monster, man. Flash me out. No, you're gonna get counter flash.
We talked about the metaphor already. It's like, do you want to spend 3 hours making the most beautiful, handcrafted steak you've ever seen, or do you just want to go down the street and get a chalupa? Because that's good too, right?
Yeah.
It's still delicious.
Yeah. It's so true, man.
Well, OpTic this time might be going for the steak, as it looks like they're going to try to line up some kind of an A hit here. They also took down Nifty right from the start. Remember, Renegades is still kind of fighting from the back in terms of their economy, so they're still kind of working on stabilizing their buys because they've had to push their economy really far in order to keep themselves in the buying shape for these rounds. Even with the more dominant victory of the last round there, it still wasn't really enough. We could see quite a few umps still in the purchase here. The two-man stack at the edge, though. And yeah, that flash is a little short. Just a tad. Molly. Oh, and that'll get Alu into the open. Doesn't even look like he took a shot. And Naf just goes off now. Finally goes down, but JKS can swing right out for the trade. And okay. He still doesn't even know what that player is doing there, it would seem, as HS is left alone. Does complete the flank there and kills the player in the B bomb site, but the problem is he's completely disconnected from the actual action that's going on over at top long A. So now he's going to have to go for a very long run in that direction. And unless he can just get out into the open and immediately win a 1v2, I feel like time is going to be his biggest enemy here now.
Yeah, absolutely. Let's see if he can pull a ROPS like his Estonian brother. Get a huge clutch right here.
Oh, they actually don't. Doesn't look like they expect him to come this way. JKS should have heard him at this point, though.
Look at that flash.
That's the sideways flash.
Mechanics.
Yeah. That's the physics flash right there.
Good thing he has time to plant the bomb if he had it.
Yeah, it's just not really palatable this time, so he falls away. He'll save the AK at least. As Renegades, obviously, they're still not really in a position to challenge this, but they win the round. And now, one away, and OpTic are the team that's going to find themselves in a bit of a difficult situation here to buy, so they'll call a pause.
Okay, what do you do here?
They should still buy. They have enough, I think.
I would not be surprised if we saw an Astralis zigzag right here. Right, the one where you're running up the bridge, 2 mollies towards graffiti, mid-site smoke, 2 flashes over long B, and a guy go out long B.
Well, they messed up that smoke last time, though, so it doesn't seem like they...
I don't think they messed it up. I think they tried to, like, make the other team think they were doing that strat where the guys run up the bridge, and then they would go somewhere else.
Yeah.
But it looks like they're just not going to invest much at all here. They're gonna take it on the chin, so to speak. They're already pretty happy with 6 rounds, right? Their CT half is very strong. From what I'm looking at right here, OpTic is more concerned with getting. They're happy with 6, 7 would be great, 8 would be even better.
Yeah.
So at this point, they're just ready to go on their CT half and bang out.
Oh, we got a nice. Is this a
Boost.
two-man, right?
Yeah. You usually want to boost on the left side of that, right, to reduce the ability to get spammed.
Yeah. I just went for the full-on boost up there, so it'll get smoked out.
So I would not throw that smoke like that, because that's pretty obvious where it came from.
As they move in, Nifty ready at the pole. He's going to take the first shot here. Azur, in the meanwhile, spamming into it. He's going to get one. Fortunately, leaves himself in the open, but a great flash lets Nifty go right out into the open himself to find the kill on Freiburg. Rotations are on the way. They might not even be needed, however, as the players that are on the site are managing this nicely themselves. Now, the problem is they let Magic's Boy get away, so he's been able to escape. And the bomb is going to be slowly rotating over towards A, where Alu has the control. And, more importantly, he gets this first kill, solidifying that position. So they should be able to get a plant. Nobody going the connector route either, which kind of surprises me.
This is a problem.
Alu's going to bring this very quickly. It'll be a 1-for-1 trade. So that does restore some normality to this situation. As Magisk is going to have to go in solo 1v2. But there's nobody up on the site. It's actually open from the plant. They didn't split 1-1 like I thought they would have. They're playing together downstairs a little bit. So they were going to let him walk up, get this plant as soon as he finishes checking. They should know. Oh no, is he going to go? I think he's going to go for the kills actually. Oh, he's finally rounding back up, but Nifty spots it, and that's going to be able to take down Magisk. And there we go. Renegades do close out the tie here now, 6-6. But that is going to leave OpTic with enough money to rebuy here. As remember, that was pretty much just an eco round from OpTic, with the 1 AK that was saved.
Yeah, that's fine. You're not expecting to do much there. I mean, obviously you'd love it, but...
I mean, that's what I'm saying, is like, for what they had, they got, you know, they killed quite a few people there.
Yeah, Alu lurking was a interesting little wrinkle to the strat. And it looks like Renegades is going to go back to the early 3.5 players at B, right? Because that guy's playing like right on top of CT spawn, so you get to B pretty quickly if necessary. Nifty's about to take this op battle along A. Nope. Looks like Alu shies away from it. Nafly is going to open up on a Magus.
He just barely makes it out of there. As he did get tagged, so that slows him down. But he is able to escape with about 2/3 of his health still. And now it's a bit of a pause moment here for OpTic. So 1, they don't have the bomb with them if they go for that execute. And 2, they're not really grouped up that well here either. So they do go back, they send HS to pick up the bomb. And it looks like they're going to play for short A from the looks of things, but that could change up. We could still see them dive back down into connector and try to do a quick execute through construction still. So
Mixwell has a ton of utility on him, and he's the guy that's close to short to B, rather. So they might need that molly for back dice.
Yeah, he's going to swing the door a little bit on the way back up just to leave that possibility open.
Please don't do this, JKS.
Well, it's a good thing Alex at the slow reaction there, and he saw him too. Yeah, there's the flashes coming back out, and the molly to hold them away. Flash right in Alu's face too. The rest of the team is moving up for the execute though, so the Renegades need to be ready to defend this. Nifty here with the op. He gets one, looking for more. A swing into the second, and Freiburg's blind. This is a push he can make here now. It's going to be Naf that does it for him. Mixwell did manage to successfully burn out JKS,
Nifty.
But Nifty into the open. Finally gets that 3rd kill and throws away the extra op. As that will give Renegades the lead now, 7-6. With a beautiful play from the Opper, who's showing up big time, leading the way now for this team in terms of kills.
I don't want to seem like obsessive, but he makes it look so good. I think I've said that.
He said that,
yeah,
like that exact phrase,
yep.
I'm pretty sure.
I'm
in the last map, I think.
That was just so pretty, right? It just looks so routine. You know when like a pro player makes something look routine? It was actually pretty sick.
Oh, there's Ustillo diving in. It's just an eco round this time. Actually, Ustillo... Nah, he holds pretty... What? Okay, hold on.
Why are you throwing a smoke?
So, the trades are okay right now, and they continue to be relatively good. JKS moving in, though, might have just sealed the deal. But again, it's another eco round where OpTic, they do decent damage for it being an eco round. It's just upgraded pistols for a majority of OpTic gaming, and they still kill 3. There's a high chance they get a 4th. So I'm pretty sure he knows Nifty's at heaven. So let's see what Freiburg can do. Now he's upgraded to an M4. It's a bit more of an even battle here. A little bit lower on the ammo count there. But should still be able to get 2 kills easily. 18 bullets left. He'll push in. Nifty is waiting for this, however.
So the whole reason that went wrong is because Ustila decides to throw a smoke.
Oh, yeah.
Like, why are you throwing a smoke when you know they're ecoed? There's literally no reason at all.
Just instinct, I feel like. It's just a slip of the hand.
I don't think it's instinct. I think it's almost like panic. Right?
Well, yeah. I'm saying, like, he panics and then, like, the instinct kind of tells him, let me smoke this off to stop that.
You can't have that.
Yeah.
If that was, like, the first gun round and you lose that many people, or, you know what I'm saying? Like, it wrecks your economy. I'm just saying. You can't have it.
They still win the round, at least. So they have that.
Hey, we're not giving out trophies for second place here, Blue. That's why we have the grand finals.
That's true. Now let's see if Renegades can make it 9 or if they're just going to stick with a 1-round lead. They're definitely going to want as much of an advantage as possible going onto this T side here.
I like how he's playing this, not scoping in on either angle. Right? He's like, ooh. I'm going to be able to flick either left or right.
They should have heard that flash at A long, too, so they're going to know there's presence up top there. And I think they realize, too, that there probably isn't going to be a whole lot sent towards short. So they'll fall back to the site instead and just play with those 3 players up on the platform. Come their utility usage now, as they're going to try to breach into the site. As they go up for it here, Renegades actually pretty much out of utility, using this to defend this now. The problem is they kind of block themselves off. JKS pushes out aggressively. He's only going to be able to get that 1 kill, though. Alu got a double on the entry. That has really hindered the defensive setup here now due to the smoke setup. And as we can see, OpTic just go for the plant, quickly falling back further and further. Nifty, he's got himself up to the edge. What's this? What are they going to try to do here? The flash out. They have the op to play with here, which is going to be close up. They use the flash to try and dive in. They time it well, too. If this works, it would be amazing, but unfortunately, not going to happen. And we do indeed see OpTic claiming that 7th round to end the half.
Yeah, really good exec there. I'm wondering why they didn't exec on A like that the first attempt. Right, because the first one looked really feeble. I don't get it, man.
Just took him a while.
But that one was so awesome. It was like perfect. They were like hitting the site right before the smokes land. Like that's how you want to do it, so you can get that like extra peak.
Might have been in nature of like wanting to save that for later too, or for like a better matchup. To be honest, you know, it is. You know, at the end of the day, like, it is just like an online qualifier. So.
But they have not played a LAN together with this lineup yet.
That's very true. Yeah. They were kind of hoping to piggy bank off that Malmo spot from the old roster. We all know how that went.
How did that go?
How they lost it.
Oh, like who replaced
they
them?
got, I think, Cloud9, if I remember correctly.
Really?
Yeah, I'm pretty sure.
Hmm.
Because it was like, you know, it was an NA team, and then they completely changed the roster, which was against the rules, so they just got uninvited, and they invited Cloud9.
Oh, yeah. Should we address the elephant in the room of adjusting rosters at tournaments?
Oh, what the tempos are here? I mean,
hey.
Yeah, that happened.
That happened.
Yeah, that was interesting.
I mean, it's kind of cool, though, right? Like, it's a ESEA Open team, gets a map off complexity.
Yeah.
Now they're on the map. I mean, one of them is JW's younger brother, who was on that, like, Gamers show. Limpone,
right?
Yeah.
Is that who that is?
And then Elo, I played it with Elo in Rank S. He's pretty good with the op.
I think if I remember correctly, I was looking at a Reddit thread. I'm pretty sure ESL already commented on that, saying that like that's probably not going to happen again. Apparently, they were able to do that through like a really creative use of the rules.
Well, so. Yeah, I mean, it was kind of obvious. Like I was looking at it the night before, so I was kind of like preparing for what to talk about today. I was like, how is Tempo Storm going to play?
Yeah. Well, I think there's 2 of them. That's basically what they thought there.
I mean, at least the Swedish roster was pretty good, so it wasn't just like lame. You know?
Yeah. No, they went 2-1 in that matchup, right? So managed to at least put up a good fight. Into the second half pistol, however. And it's just going to be, I mean, Renegades don't waste any time. They're just training themselves right up through long A here. They're going to split. Oh, no, they keep everyone together, actually. You'll note as well that Nifty is being kept really far back. As interestingly enough, I thought this was going to go right onto the A site, but it's actually diving down the connector. heading over towards B. OpTic's getting a lot of warning about this. Like, they're going to hear those footsteps well in advance. They know they're coming into the site. HS blinded out. Nap hits the first entry, but HS trades kills back to Crazy. 2 kills for him, but the counter right back out. We see 2 more from the Renegades, 1 more from Alu. Bring it back down to an even 2v2. I believe they saw the player go to pit. Yeah, they're going to know he's there now. But just trying to fight out 1v2. Alu snipes another one away, and Nifty doesn't last long either. Magisk and Alu both picking up those final kills, and it's OpTic again to take control of a pistol.
I think whoever threw the nades that round for Renegades smoked Heaven from outside of Monster, like T-spawn.
That would have been
download the demo and see
Nifty,
that.
right? I think it was Nifty that was sitting back there, if I remember correctly. They did have.
He was up on the plateau, like before you cross under the train tracks.
Yeah. Well, we'll have to watch that back and find that smoke. Lighter buy this time from the Renegades, however. Just deagles. In fact, every single player going for one. No armor sitting behind any of the purchases, however. And OpTic, in the meanwhile, decided to play a much more passive style this time around. All their players sitting back into the sites, basically. You've got Alu pushed out to the edge of bathrooms, but that is pretty much it in terms of an aggressive setup. Everyone else is sat back, playing incredibly passively and just waiting for Renegades to push into them. As we see these Ts start to perform a little bit more, Alu sits and wait, but he will come out at the bottom of the fight. Magisk also picks up his first kill. Back over towards long 2. So pretty quickly making minced meat of most of the Renegades roster here. As just Ustillo and JKS will now push together through the bathrooms. Try to make one last attempt at an A hit, see if they can make it work, but not going to happen as Alu knocks them both out and secures the round with a 4K.
Yep, the 5 deags, no armor, doesn't really yield much. See if Ustillo can get it going this half. Sometimes he can just be super influential in the entry frags. It looks like Alu's going to be trying to look to farm here. And I think he's going to be getting a bunch of unarmored opponents coming his direction. Oh man, this is gross. Glocks!
Ustillo's going to get 1. However, still a lot more fragging to do. With a minimalist buy like this, it is going to be tough to make that happen. Magisk is out of ammo, so he's down to the pistol too. Still makes it happen, however, gets 1 more kill added to the counter before he finally is traded out by JKS. But then HS rolls right in, secures the round. And there we have that 2-round lead established for OpTic here. Going into the gun rounds. And Renegades, unfortunately, won't have that many opportunities to really run the comeback here. They have to be strong right out of the gate on this gun round, otherwise OpTic is going to take really dominant control immediately from the get-go of this half.
You're acting like that's a bad thing to do.
Well, yeah. Well, I mean, it's bad for the Renegades. I don't know. It's late. We've been here for a while. I'm resorting to that excuse now.
All right, I respect that.
Time, it's not even that late, is it?
It doesn't matter, man. Time's relative. Let's not get into that meta, though.
It's 8:30.
Oh, look at that nice little lineup there for the front bathroom. Ustillo showing this smoke and nade prowess, flashing the balloons off something that we did not see in the earlier match on Overpass, right? When somebody was defaulting and they had 8 flashes left in the tank. And they're going to be holding that long side bathrooms here. Going to make Renegades clear them out, which is interesting here because I don't think that anyone has even spotted each other towards A after that initial fountain smoke, so theoretically it could be one guy towards A throwing every single one of these nades, or they're just trusting that it's more than one guy. Right? So that means that there would be 2 guys at B, which puts them completely open to a B hit.
Yep. And Magisk, I'm not sure how much of this he's been able to spot just yet.
This is ballsy, man. Not even clearing any part of bathroom and setting up for the exec. This is how you see, you know, the CT walk behind him. Just get like
well, this is how Magisk just gets an ace right here. Is how this happens if this follows through. Oh yeah, I expect this one. They'll move in. Oh, does he get out of that time? Just barely, and another one goes onto the floor. He cannot cross that one. As they're just barely making the 1-for-1 trade happen, and yeah, now this as Magisk is gonna walk right behind. Great shot from Nifty though.
But they know they're low.
And that's 2 players at 10 HP too, is the other.
He shot in the middle of them.
So Naf makes that kill happen. Hazard just trying to hold on to the semi. The most solid object he can find to use as cover, essentially. As these guys are very, very weak. Most of the fragging does have to come from Nafly. The flash out to support HS and pushing in. He's going to go out. Finds Azur quickly. Naf will trade. Still at a decent amount of HP, too. They try to pre-fire it, but Naf, he's just too strong. You can't get past him. And he ends up with another 3K on the round.
Oh, man. Naf. Big dog. I love it when Naf shows up. He's such a clean player. Like, if you want to learn how to play correctly, just download a demo and just watch Naf, please.
Especially against European players. I think you mentioned the Astralis thing a couple games ago, but just in general, I've noticed he's probably one of the better NA players on LAN against like European players. I've noticed a lot of NA players the first couple times they go to LAN, they like kind of like freeze up against EU players for whatever reason, because it's just like, you know, especially if it's like tier 1 teams, right? Because it's just like you're playing like the gods of CS.
You start thinking about what they're doing instead of what you're doing in response.
And it messes up your game like pretty badly for some players too. But for Nav, like he's never ever I've seen him been affected by that. He's always like just as strong against EU players. He's against like common NA players too. 1-for-1 trades to start us off, but surprise, Magisk is here. Now it's a surprise at the party room. Interestingly enough, tries to go for a second kill.
He does.
Got it actually too. Yeah. He's able to take down Ustillo, but Freiburg wrapping in. As they're going to try to come around the backside here. Oh, but Freiburg takes the kill anyway.
Okay, so I want to talk about something here. So this is why you have nade-heavy defaults and why you have defaults where you don't use many nades, right? Because they're basically telegraphing to OpTic that they're coming towards A, right? Like, why would they not have 4 people there, which is what they did.
Yeah.
Right? They literally had a guy push short B and go into the blue door just to come up to A with that MP7.
And with that round loss, it is going to send Renegades' by. It's right into the dumps here, as we can see, just P250s, and some players even working with a Glock this time around here. They will quickly route up into the bathrooms through connector. Try to push towards A, but in a way, this is going to turn into a target practice round for Alu here, as they're all jumping over, trying to get him into the bait shot. Magisk is waiting outside of the smoke, however. He's already ready to take this fight. There's one for Alu finally. Azur, though, spams through the smoke. He's able to take out Magisk. Freiburg, however, trades it right back. Now spams in for more, as him and Mixwell knock out the last 2 players.
I'm surprised they even got 2 kills out of that.
Making it pricey, at least.
Oh, man.
And Renegades do decide to buy here, despite some players being a little bit under the level they needed to be to buy fully in with AKs. So as we can see, there's a Galil purchase there for JKS.
This is the Astralis exec watch.
And the
if there's one fountain, you go short B.
There's a lot of construction, actually.
Alu's ready.
Smoke that will push past anyway. Alu able to go right into that one, hits the first shot. They try to pressure him, but it's right into his crosshair as he gets a second kill here too against Azur. So already 5v3 and Renegades. This is kind of going back to the problem with Renegades here on their T side, is that when they do struggle on T side, it's oftentimes due to them getting a little bit over aggressive at the start of rounds and then just kind of flatlining for the rest of the round here, not really having a lot of good ideas on how to change things up and try to come back from a 3v5 like this.
Yeah, there's a second Molotov you can throw that lands right where Alu was standing, on that kind of downslope towards short B. I think I've seen it for a while now. It's not like a new thing. They might want to consider throwing that.
Well, it does look like Renegades are going to try to route their players over towards A with what they have left. And what they have left is not going to be great. They have 2 smokes to deploy out here. Both are going to get used right now. One molly to use as well. But OpTic still has plenty on their own regard. They still have ability 2 Molotovs, one of which just got used. They're going to block out the bathroom's exit. It's not the way they're going, but there's the second molly too. That's going to block out the entire left side of the steps. Naf continues to perform though. He shows up. Not only that, but he saves his teammate with a second kill. And as they go in, no, they don't know, as Magisk comes in from the backside there. Wasting time here too. He's not just going for the 1v3. He's trying to run the clock down. He'll swing out. He does get traded here now, so that shouldn't let them plant. And unfortunately, they're not going to be able to immediately stop it, but they do have a flank working its way forward here from A long, as HS is going to go for that. Walks right out, finds Nifty. JKS, however, trades on a Mixwell inside of the bank, and he already knows that HS is coming from long. As long as he stays trained on that, and yeah, he's going to know for certain now as the flashes come out. Just has to wait for his opportunity to kill him, and HS has no clue that he's sitting down here, so JKS clutches it out for the Renegades, putting them up to 10.
There is not many people in the world, probably less than 3 or 5, that I would ever give a 50% or greater chance to beat JKS in an even one-on-one. He's that good. He plays almost all those situations just flawlessly. Right? He has the small advantage of having an extra, like, 3-second window to reposition, and he chooses probably the best spot you could choose, right? I would say the most obvious choice for him there would probably be, like, step up or semi, right? Like, that's probably where Noob would go. Noob would probably just stay back default, like, scared, like, you know, like, frozen.
But not JKS.
Yeah. That's why his last name's Savage.
That is true. That is awesome.
If I could go back and, like, reinvent my gaming persona, I'd probably make my last name Savage.
Justin Savage. Pretty sure his first name's Justin, if I remember correctly.
Yeah.
It's an awesome name.
What is it? Callie?
What's up?
What is an Australian last name or a middle name that starts with a K?
Oh, I have no clue. I could go for like the low-hanging fruit on. I could go for like the low-hanging fruit on that, but
like what?
I don't know. It's like really dumb. I'm not even gonna say.
It's not fruit.
Yeah,
like
DJ typed it. That's what I was gonna say, but
God.
That was a little, like I said, definitely low-hanging fruit.
Aha.
Tall, by the way. We do have Alu presented with an opportunity to hit the shot right there.
This is a very funny approach. You got a UMP lead entering long A.
Look at Magisk pushing up here too.
Oh gosh, he's so annoying. Look at he's just always
I told you he's the trickster,
plays.
man.
He's just grinning.
And there we go. It's like that. He's like, I tilted you. Now what is your response? JKS is gonna sit back here, looks for the trade, but no, Magisk still comes out on top of that duel too. Just barely surviving with 22 HP. He is probably gonna want to back up now and head towards the site again. So he can be in a safe spot. Probably he's gonna be a little bit out of the action here. So this could still be won by the Renegades, despite the two kind of dirty kills. I like this spot from Alu too, without any smokes or anything to prep up the execute. This angle could be really good to take down Ustillo. Freiburg is going to be able to eliminate the Alu knows as one, and he hits the shot inside of that little pinhole there, taking out Ustillo. Now have to trade with one of the Freiburg, but he has to panic throw the smoke. Still ends up being a good smoke, by the way.
This guy can do no wrong today.
What is that? That's, in the words of Roka, trigonometry.
Yeah.
There. As he makes that happen. He's not going to have time to really do much, though, with the 1v4, but that smoke saved his life, essentially. As it's going to let him sit back here in bathroom connector.
I think another thing to note is that Nafly recently switched to the Cold Zera setup, which is the red gloves and the red Doppler butterfly knife. So I think that's helping out.
It's the power. You can feel it.
Yeah. Ever since Cold Zera started using the red gloves, like all these other pros use them.
Does he also have
and
the?
It's kind of cringe. So.
Does he have the blazing deagle too? What's that called?
The Desert Eagle Blaze.
Is it just called Blaze?
Yeah.
I thought it had another name to it.
No. I don't know what he has for deagle.
Keep an eye on that.
Yeah, well, I'll chart
it out. Very important note.
Yeah.
Renegades obviously not going to be looking to do too much here.
I mean, they just got reset, right?
Yeah, yeah. More than anything, probably trying to set Naf up for at least a couple kills here. As this round is going to be somewhat of a wash.
Wow, if they were to walk out Monster right now. If.
It often is a game of ifs in Counter-Strike. A lot of ifs.
Wow. If it's a game of ifs.
Man, he's still just throwing his life away there too with the jump across. 1-for-1 to start. Like I said, they're setting Naf up. They set him up for a double kill, and he performs. Unfortunately, he's now very low.
Naf Boostmeister.
What's how many kills is he at now? Can we see that for a second? Man, he really took charge there. Because he was actually doing pretty poorly in the first half, if I remember correctly. He kind of only showed up in the second half.
He's the best player again.
On the team, anyway. On the team. Let's see here. Now, how are they going to make this work? With Naf, it's 7 HP. No one else has armor, so they can't toss the AK over to someone else. Question, this is when I see this falling apart. Hold on now. Naf getting another one. 1v2 now. At 7 HP, this becomes split second kills.
Dead.
Oh. Oh my god, he makes this happen. The problem is, though, is the last man alive is a construction. So unless he goes pit right now. Oh,
Dude.
he almost had that, too. That was
He
so
can do
close.
no wrong. Do you see how he crosses in front of default right as Magis slides like all the way past the angle? Oh my gosh.
Yep.
Please go buy a lottery ticket now. I'm not even kidding. Like,
So, Naf literally does all the work. Like I said, pretty much, his teammates just set him up for all the kills he needs to get.
Yeah.
He gets a 4K, so that one AK they saved from the last round is massive damage. And now we just have to hope that that setup on the last round pays off with this full buy, because this is really their last chance on this map.
yeah, that's why you're a tryhard. You try every single round, you kill every single person you can because it has effects in later rounds.
Yeah.
So if anyone ever like is getting on you for being a tryhard, then just don't even care what they're saying. So,
I'm trying to be like my boy Naf.
yeah, I'm trying to be like Neff.
So, with their players split up here, Renegades are going to kind of weigh the options at the start of this round. They're not going to go for any quick commitment or any sort of fast play on one of the sites. They'll take their time. They'll let the clock run down a little bit here before committing to either side. And OpTic seem to have some kind of intel that would suggest this would go B, as it looks like their A players are rotating down. They're only going to leave Magisk up on top here. So this is a pretty good read into the situation, as Renegades didn't keep anyone up top. So they'll let OpTic push all the way out towards Party. And obviously like A-Long and everything too, to scout that out and see that there's nothing there. Not even a single player watching for it.
Oh man, this is going to be rough.
Yeah, Renegades better have some good entry power ready to go here, as otherwise this could end very, very quickly in favor of OpTic.
This is reminiscent of the final round at ESL New York with FaZe and Liquid.
Well, let's see. The flashes go in. They're good flashes, but Alu still strikes with the first kill. Freiburg finding 2 as well. So far, only JKS trading HS. And now Alu swings out for the 4th. Nifty will be able to stay alive to trade at least 1. He's got to find 3 more of those to clutch this out. Or at least plant the bomb here. And the bomb is down. It tracks. He knows he's not going to win it. The economy's still in a bad spot here, so it's time to run away. And that is going to put OpTic up on map point, ladies and gentlemen. 1 more, and they will be able to tie it. You can see at the top right there, we have the series score for you. Renegades did take the first map back on cash. It went all the way to round 30. This one may not go all the way to round 30. We'll still see, as the Renegades are not necessarily out of this. But with OpTic potentially winning this second map, that would tie this series up. Send us over to our 3rd and final map. Let's just see.
And what's the final map?
I don't think we looked that up. We'll figure that out in the next couple seconds. It's Train, thank you.
Ooh. Renegades, you're in trouble.
Yeah, especially the last time I saw them play Train, their T side was kind of like, it's very one-dimensional. Be a safe way to say it.
I think we were together with that too. I think it was during ESL Pro League when Jordan was here with us. And they had like good ideas, but like the ideas need to be finished.
Especially like, we'll talk more about that when we get to it, however.
Talk more about that when he's not spamming the whole clip.
As Renegades are going to try to group up at short A.
So I think the biggest difference that I see in terms of what makes OpTic's CT side more effective than Renegades is not necessarily that Renegades have a worse T side, it's just that the way Magisk is playing A is so irritating. Like he just knows when to push, when to sit alongside Bathroom, when to be by himself. And look at that, now he's out of there.
That's probably the most important fact about it, is that like he's almost never, died in those situations.
Yeah.
And when he does, he's got 2 or 3 kills anyway most of the time. But most of the time he's able to just run right away. He still survives the encounter with 50 HP or so. Falls right back to the site, able to help with the actual hit too.
How did that not hit him? It looked like it hit him right in the crotch.
Well,
I was like, I guess I'm getting old, man. I can't even see correctly. Because, the hitboxes are basically the gold standard. My eyes are just like the second best. That's going to be it.
There we go. OpTic shut it down here.
A little underwhelming.